Hello and welcome back to class. So in today's session, we're going to be talking about the different accessories that are used for bag making. We're going to be taking through some of them. I might not be able to cover everything, but the goal of this video is just to familiarize you with all the tools we use in bag making. So the first tool I'm going to be talking about, the first accessory I'm going to be talking about is the D-ring. So what you're looking at right now is called the D-ring, and they come in different sizes and colors. As you can tell, this is silver, this is gold, and this is bronze. We also have them in black color and rose gold also. This is yellow gold. We also have rose gold. So, and if you watch very closely, you will see that the sizes of the D-rings are different. The sizes are determined by the distance between one curve and the other curve. Now this curve determines the length of, or the width of the belts they can actually contain per time. This is called a 1-inch D-ring, and it can take a 1-inch size belt. This is a 3/4 D-ring, and it will not take a 1-inch size belt. If you try to force a 1-inch size belt through this one, it's going to be folded. So when you're working, you need to be sure of the size of belt you're going to be working with before you choose your accessory and the size. We also have our square rings. Now this is what a square rings look like, and these ones are often used for bag handles. They are often used to hold the handles of bags. So most times you can see this is a black accessory. So we also have it in different colors: bronze, gold, rose gold, black, silver, different colors. So when you're buying, you should be sure that okay, this is what you want. And they also come in sizes. You can tell this is a 1-inch square ring, and this is more than 1 inch. This is like 1 inch and quarter. So this is a 1 inch and quarter D ring, square rings I mean. And we also have another type of ring, which is the oval ring. This is oval size. It's not round and it is not square. This is rectangular because it is more than 1 inch. So this is rectangular and this is oval. We also have the round ring. This is round. Please note that all these things come in different thickness, different sizes. We have some that are very big and wider than this, while we also have, I think this is the smallest of the round ring, but there are different sizes, different thickness. Even this size, if you want it to be very thick, to be as thick as this, it is available in the market. So you take your time when you're shopping for your bag accessories. This is another thing I want us to talk about today. This is an adjuster. This is often used for the long strap of bags, so that it will make it adjustable, such that you can reduce it and you can increase the length of your strap. So that is the essence of this adjuster. And sometimes we improvise because we wouldn't find, probably we run out of square ring in the store and we have an urgent bag to make at that time. What we just do is we take off the ring in between the adjuster. We take off the ring in between the adjuster and it automatically becomes a square ring. Then we can use the square ring for whatever project you want to use it for. So most times I don't even bother buying square rings again because sometimes they come more expensive, whereas the difference is just for me to just remove this thing when I need a square ring. So I just buy a pack of adjuster and I use it as my square rings most times. So that is that about our rings. We also have our snap hooks. Now this is our snap hooks. They are called snap hooks because they help us attach and detach our long strap from the bag. Now once you fix a D-ring on the side of your bag, you fix a little piece of strap on the side. Now these D-rings are oftentimes attached. We fix the long strap on these snap hooks. You can see them. This is the gold color. We also have it in silver, and it also comes in sizes too. This is a 1 inch. This is a 1 inch snap, while this is an ½ inch snap. This is not up to 1 inch. This is ½ inch. This is 1 inch. We have 3/4. We have 1.5. In fact, we have 2 inches. So it depends on the size of your belt. Depending on what you're working with, that's what will determine the size of your adjuster. And they come in different qualities too. These ones are stock. We have the local ones. The local ones are usually stiff neck. As you can see, this one is rotating. It's easy to navigate. You can easily use this one. It moves it freely. But the local one does not move freely like this. The local one is stock. I don't use that. That's why I don't have any of that to show you in this video. But it's also available in case you're doing a souvenir work, a bulk work, and you need cheaper accessories. Of course, you can get cheaper snap hooks. So the next thing we're going to be talking about in this video are our eyelets. Now most of you have seen most of my products have eyelets in their handles. This is what I use most times to cover the holes I make before fixing my handles inside. This just gives my poles a very, very neat and perfect finishing, and it comes with a hook and eye. This is the hook and this is the eye. You can see this one is very flat. So once you fix it into the hole you want it to be, you turn it upside down and clip this inside. I'm still going to be showing you the process of fixing an eyelet though. So you fix this inside and then you press it. We have a machine we use for that, and I'm still going to be showing you the machine. So this is the eyelet. It also comes in different sizes and different colors. We have it in black, we have it in silver, we have it in gold, and they come in different sizes, but the standard size for eyelet is 28. In case you're buying the machine, I'm going to be explaining when we get to the machine. So you have to buy a dies that fits this size. This is a 28 eyelet. So when you're buying your eyelet machine, you have to make sure the machine is also 28 If you make the mistake of buying a 26 eyelet, the finished product of your eyelet fixing will not be very neat. So you have to be very careful when choosing your eyelets. Another thing I'm going to be talking today is your chain. We have our chains. These are regular chains. We have stock chains that are more expensive than these. We have chains that are as expensive as 1,500, 2,000, even 3,000 naira per yard for chain. And the standard measurement of chain for a bag is 54 inches, which is 1.5 yard of chain. That is what we use for a bag. That is the standard measurement to make it adjustable and easy to carry. So usually when you want to work with a chain, you measure 1.5 inch for one bag. This is also another type of chain. You can see it's thinner, it's slimmer. This is usually used for the clutch bags. We use this for clutch purses, for small bags. You know, most times they come ready made like this. And look at the snap hook that came with it. So you can tell the difference between this hook and this hook. So that is the difference. That is one of the things you need to know when working with your bags. So they also come in different colors too. We have silver, we have gold, we have bronze, we have black colors of chain. So when you're searching, you need to be sure of what you're going to be using. Another thing I would like to talk about right now are the bag stand or bag store. These are used to raise the bag. We fix this under the bag, at the base of the bag, such that when I place my bag on the table, the bag will not have a direct contact with this table. This would be the one sitting on the table while it raises my bag up a little. So that is the essence of the bag stand, and they are very, very important. I love them a lot in my bags. Although there are certain types of bags that you might not be able to use bag stand for, but if you can, by all means, please always ensure you use them for your bags, such that it prevents your bags from having direct contact with whatever surface it is you're working on. Another thing I want to talk about now are your plastic adjusters. We oftentimes use this for lunch bags and school bags, and sometimes fanny packs, which is waist bags. They come in different colors. We oftentimes use them for school bags, lunch bags, fanny packs, and they come in different colors. And basically they start from, I don't think I've seen an half-inch plastic adjuster, but I've seen 1 inch and I've seen 2 inches. So they also come in different sizes, I believe. So though they are scarce, but the regularly and easily available ones are the 1 inch adjuster. These are used for school bags, lunch bags, and fanny packs basically. So another thing we're going to be talking about are our locks. Now the locks come in different forms, different size, different, I think I bought this for 1,000 naira. This is a stock lock, and you can tell from the quality and from the weight of the lock. And this I got this a very long time ago, probably around 100 naira or 150. I can't really remember. But this is another form of lock. You can see it. So these are used in place of magnetic snaps. You can tell this. Another thing. The reason why I brought out this particular one and I didn't bring out the back is I wanted you to show you to see what the back looks like. You can see this one has a screw on the back, and this one does not. This one is just clipped. You can see this is just clip in, while this one has a screw at the back. So I usually advise, especially when you're working with leather, when you're making a leather bag, please ensure you don't use this type of lock for your bags, because they don't grip fine, they don't grip strong. The grip is usually very loose. I use this basically for my Chanel bags, soft Ankara bags. That is what I use this for, because the pressure and the thickness is not that hard. So but when I'm working with a leather and I'm trying to make a leather bag with locks, I use a lock that has a screw lock. It helps hold the leather firm, and it prevents your lock from removing or from shaking unnecessarily or from just coming off even when you don't expect it to. So that is that about our locks. We have locks as expensive as 6,000 naira. I think the lock I use for my Ruby bag, the first time I bought it was around 4,000, 4,500, but right now it's sold for around 6,000, 6,500 in the market. So whatever project you're working on will determine the quality of the lock you're going to be working with. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about now are your magnetic snaps. Now these magnetic snaps also come in silver and gold, and it also come in stock and regular. This is the regular one, I think. Okay, no, I think it's a stock. So the stock one doesn't come very neat. You can see this one, it has scratches on. That is the only problem I have with stock lock. But even though they have scratches on, the grip is usually very strong compared to the normal one. The normal ones are very neat. No, directly from the company. Nobody has tampered with it. Very neat, but sometimes the grip is not very strong. So what I do is I buy both and I check. Sometimes the grip is strong, sometimes the grip is not strong. When I'm working with a bag that I know that yes, this is just a purse, then I can use the normal one, the ordinary one, because the grip is not something that you would be using to carry a lot of things, so the grip does not really matter that much. Then if I'm working with a bigger bag, I sometimes double or triple the magnetic snaps too, just to encourage a firmer grip. And this thing comes with an hook and eye also. But there is something I want you guys to know that many people often overlook when they purchase their magnetic snap, and that is the washer. This is the washer. This washer is extremely important for your magnetic snap to stay in place. If you buy a magnetic snap without a washer, there is high probability that the washer, the magnet, would probably come off at any time. So, but when you put a washer, by the time we are doing our practical, you will see how this is used. Ensure it always comes. It comes with the two. For example, now this is a snap up with the hook and eye. This is supposed to come with two washer. That is one for this side and the other one for the other side. So this will help you secure your magnetic snap in place. And please endeavor that your magnetic snap do not fall. It is a magnet that is inside this thing. Once it falls, it is likely to break, and once it breaks, it will not grip again. So that is that about your magnetic snap. It also comes in different sizes. I've gotten rectangular snaps before, I've gotten square snaps before, I've gotten very tiny snaps, I've gotten this size, I've gotten different colors, black, bronze. There are some with pin on top. Different types of magnetic snaps available there in the market. So just walk around, explore, and check whichever one suits you and which you would prefer to use for the particular project you're trying to work on. The next thing on our list are our zippers. Our zippers. This is the regular zip. This is a plastic zip. It is not like the tailor zip that comes with the head already. No, this is how it comes. You can see it comes in a bundle. This is a bundle. This bundle contains 200 yards of zip cloth. 200 yards, and I think they sell in yards too. It's probably 40 naira per yard or 50 naira per yard, depending on where you're buying from and the exchange rate at the moment. So they come in different sizes. We have size 5, size 6, size 7, size 10 for this plastic zip cloth. This is the regular zip cloth. So the only good thing about this is, the regular tailor zip come with a particular measurement, and when you're working with a bigger bag, the zipper might not go through. So but this one comes in yards, and it's very long enough. Even if you're working with an 100-inch, a bag that is 100 inches long, it will definitely go round. I hope you understand. And well, the good thing about this is you get to buy the head separately, and this is the head of the zipper. So these are zip heads. This is a stock gold zip head. You can see this one is bigger. This is size 10, and it comes with this lock. If you remember all those traveling bags you used to buy then, that used to come with locks. Yes, this is the kind of zipper they use. So when I use this for a big bag or for a traveling bag, the owner can simply just join the heads together and fix a lock in between. You can see. So that is how it works. So they come in different sizes, but please make sure the size of the cloth you're getting. We also have this plastic zipper. I use this a lot. In fact, since I got to know about this, I use this a lot. It works for size 5 and size 6. There was a time I had lots of size 5 zippers, and there was a time I had lots of size 6 zippers. So I was having issues with what zipper to use. I bought some size 5, I bought size 6. So by the time I adjusted size 5, I lost count of which one was size 6. So I'll be having issues. You put the zip inside, it will not enter. Some it will be loose. So when this came and it solved the problem. This is in between size 5 and 6. It works for both size 5 and size 6. So till I exhausted that batch of zipper, I was able to finish up with this particular one without stress. So you need to be sure you're buying the size of zip cloth and zip edge. If you're buying size 5 zip cloth, make sure your zip edge you're buying is also size 5. If you're buying size 6 zip edge, make sure the edge you're buying is also size 6 if you want to avoid issues. Another type of zip we have are these iron zipper. They also come in yards and they are stock. You can tell, look at how glittery and shiny and neat this is. I think I got this for about 700 naira a yard. Yeah, I think so. And you have to buy the edge separately also. It also comes in sizes. We have size 5 of this and size 7 of this. So these are the, just ensure that whatever size you're buying for the zip cloth, you buy a matching edge. I think they sell the edge to a pair, probably 100 naira for one, 100 naira for a pair. I'm not so sure, but you can simply check what is in the market in your area and confirm the market price. So that's just the simple basic foundation about some of the accessories, your bag accessories that we're going to be using for some of the projects we're going to be working on. Next, I'm going to be talking about the tools that we're going to be using for our craft. The next thing we're going to be talking about is our board. Now these are the interfacing we have for our bags. We can use any of these boards to line our bags. That's what will determine the frame, the shape, the texture and feel of our bags. Now this white, you can see there's a white one and there's a pinky one. Now this one is softer. This is the one they call carry board. This is oftentimes called carry board. You can feel the texture. It is hard, it's a board, but it is hard. But it is softer than this particular one. You can see. This one is called hard board. When you hear me say hard board, soft board, hard board, soft board, this is very hard. This one, in fact, when this one gets wet, when it dries up, it takes its shape back. Whereas this one, once this one gets wet and loses shape, it tears. This one does not tear. This hard board does not tear. So when I'm working with Ankara most times and I want to use board, I use this. this hardboard instead, because I know that even if the bag gets beaten by the rain, it still will not damage the bag. The bag will still be intact. But this, never use this for Ankara bags. That is my advice. Never use this for Ankara bags. This is very perfect for leather bags. It makes it easy to work with. If you use this hardboard for leather bags, oh my god, it looks as if the bag is more expensive than it actually is. So it makes it more difficult to work with, but the finished result, the end result is perfect. So these two boards are used for leather bags, and with an option of this, you can use this for Ankara also. We also have our cheap board, which feels like a cardboard but it's harder. You can see it's already tearing. So this is our cheap board. This is what it looks like on one side, and this is what it looks smooth white on the other side. So this is what we use for our pattern. Basically, all the patterns we're going to be drafting in our class, we're going to be using chipboard. Then if we intend to keep the patterns for long-term use or for mass production, then we can transfer that pattern onto this kind of very hard board so that it will last a very long time and it won't just move and tear anyhow. So that is that about that. We also have Mako. Now for the Mako, we have two types. This is a foreign Mako. You can see how slim it looks. While this is the local one, you can see how Afasa looks. So many people use this due to cheap work, but it affects the product, the end result. Their work will not be very smooth. So I wouldn't advise you use this. I would advise you go for the foreign Mako. You can see it is very smooth. If you use leather or you work with Ankara, whatever it is you're using it with, it's going to come out excellently well. So Mako is also very flexible. It's okay for leather work and also for Ankara work. In fact, it is the best for Ankara work because it makes your work very sturdy and it feels thick. It makes the Ankara feel like leather. So this is the secret to Ankara work. You use Mako for Ankara work most times. You can also use the hardboard I showed you the other time. So I guess you understand what we mean now. And all these things, at least a sheet of each, are included in the starter pack that we arranged for you, just to help you navigate and start something. So if you've not gotten your starter pack from us, your starter kit, please ensure you go to the market. At least you have an idea of the things you need, the tools, the accessories, and the boards you need to start with. So please go ahead and do your market shopping and get ready for class. So now we're going to be talking about some of the tools we use in bag making. Just some, I'm really emphasizing on the word some, because as we proceed, there are still some other things that would pop up that you would realize you might need to get. So, but first I'm going to be talking about the hammer. This is an hammer. We use this for punching. We use it to eat things, and this is called mallet. This is used for punching or eating leather. Sometimes when you eat leather with hammer, the hammer might damage the leather. So that is why this mallet is available. This has rubber head, so the effect it has on your leather is very, very cushioned, so it won't damage your leather. So if you're eating leather directly, use your mallet. But this one, we use this for punching holes and all that. Then scissors, you're going to be needing these two kinds of scissors, although you can use one to start. And if you're using one, I would advise you start with this because this is stronger and sharper. And we're going to be working with hard boards. So what I do basically is I advise my students, you use this particular type of scissors for the board, while you use this particular size of type of scissors for lining and other softer materials, fabrics and all that. So it's good to have the two so that once this one will not get blunt too quickly. This can, in fact, if you're buying this particular brand of scissors, it will last you a very long time. I've been using this for quite a while now and it's been fantastic. So another thing we're going to be needing is your cutting knife. This is optional, but I'll show you how to use it. It's very nice. I love using it a whole lot. So it is very, very functional and very ready to use. Another tool we'll find handy is our glue. I think it's similar to super glue, but it is very, very big. It's in a big bottle because we use glue a lot. So why buy the small one when I can simply buy this bigger one? Then another tool we need is your lighter. This is very essential for the finishing of your bags. We use the light to burn the threads and any other thing that is trying to come off to make your work rough. Have the punching board. When we are punching, don't place our leather or items directly on the table, because when you're punching holes, you might punch on the table and damage the table. So we keep our table as smooth and flat as possible by punching on our punching board. You can see the holes that we have on this board. That's the essence of punching on your board. So all these holes would have been on my work table if not for this. So this is very essential for punching. Don't punch directly on your table. Another thing I have is my punch bowl. I have different sizes of punch here. This is size 28. I have size 26. Eyelets. We use this for eyelets. So these are the big size. I think the size is somewhere here. Okay, this is 12.7 mm. And this is 14 mm. We have the smaller ones too. You can see this is 7 mm. You can see this is 2.5 mm. You can see. So we have different mm. By the time you understand the mm, you will understand when you're working, it will be easier for you. And I think this is size 1. Why is it blurry? I don't know what's going on. I don't know, but this is size 1. So this is like the smallest punch available in the market. So, and you can see it is very tiny. You can see the tip, very very tiny. So size 1 is the smallest, and we've seen up to size 14. So feel free to explore the market, check the tip of the holes to know if this is the size you prefer for whatever project you want. But when I'm punching back stand, I use size 1 or size 2. Please don't use more than size 2 for punching back stands. And also, I am magnet, punch, all those things. Don't use more than size 2. Oftentimes, I use size 1 and then I force them in so that it has a very tight grip. So it will be too loose and slack. What is that about the punch? And my rulers, look at my rulers. I have like 4 different rulers that I use for my craft work here. I have this plastic transparent ruler. This is very, very important, extremely important. And you're going to see why by the time we start our pattern drafting. Then I have this ruler, the metal ruler. I use them to cut. This is up to 24 inches, right? Yeah, this is up to 24 inches, and it is, very, very sweet. And I have a bigger one. It is up to 40 inches. This is a longer one. This is up to 40 inches, and this has centimeters on one side and inches on the other side, while this has both centimeters and inches on the same side, both sides, you see. So sometimes for clarity, when I'm confused or maybe when my mind is clouded and I feel confused using this one, I just use this and I place it this way so that I'll be sure of what I'm actually marking. If I'm marking in inches, I can see inches on both sides and I won't be confused. So if you know you're getting confused with this type of ruler, please endeavor to get this type. That is why we have different types of ruler. This is also another type of ruler called a angle ruler. Looks like letter L. You can see it looks letter L. This is used to get a straight line, but I think I wasn't told on time, so I damaged it by bending it. I kept it somewhere it wasn't lying straight, so it's bent now. So it's not very accurate. But usually when you get a straight angle ruler, in case you are having difficulty getting a straight line, just place your angle ruler on one edge of your material and draw, and you get your straight line also. Another thing we need for our craft work is our adhesive. This is our gum, and this is the small gallon. We have a very big gallon. I think it's sold for around 30,000 naira now. And there are different brands. We have Top Bond, we have Energy, we have the Bean, we have Daniels, we have David's. Different brands out there, but you have to be very careful. There was a time I bought a particular brand. I don't know if it's good or not, but it was so watery and dark. I just wasted money using that, buying that particular adhesive. So sometimes that's why some people prefer buying them in bottles. They are also sold in bottles. Wow. I think a bottle is sold for 2,000 naira now. 1.5 bottle, and it will not be full. Don't expect it to be full. It's going to get somewhere here. So you can buy your gum in your small gallon, or you can choose to buy this to be sure of what is inside, because sometimes this is black market. If you don't know how to buy it, if you're not buying from a genuine source, you might end up buying what you're not supposed to buy. So the last thing on our table today is our eyelet machine. So you can see this machine is very, very important. You need to buy it. Oh, I wish I could just dash it out, so I could just help someone's ministry. But it is very expensive now. So this machine is multifunctional in the sense that all you need to do is just change this that. You can use this for press button, you can use it for eyelets, you can use it for rivets, you can use it for different kinds of magnetic locks. You can use it for different things as long as you buy the dies. The difference is the dies, and this dies now. The only issue about it is that it comes in sizes. If you're working with 28 highlights, you have to buy 28 dies. This part and this part. If you're working with 26 eyelet, you have to buy 26 dies, and they sell the dies separately from the machine. So you need this machine for eyelet fixing. This is what will help you fix your eyelets smoothly, seamlessly, and perfectly, such that you won't have issues with the eyelet is not straight and the eyelet is not smooth. I use hammer and I punched it, but it's still tearing my hand. It's sharp. It's hurting my customer. You don't need to hurt your customers, so you need to invest in buying this machine. So I think that is that about that. I hope you understand all the tools and all the accessories we need for our craft work. I'll see you in the next class.